Our project is about using algae to actually produce biofuels like biodiesel, so you could power like cars of the future or current time. Or like, how should I put this? Currently, right now, we're trying to find the most effective way of growing algae. Like, like our plan was to use what was
Yeah, we're using the spirulina, that certain type of algae for a project right now. Yeah, we're using spirulina right now for the type of algae, and our project was basically to go to mineral sediment ponds and take samples from that and see what would grow the best in that to make the biodiesel out of. And well, we couldn't really get anything from the sediment ponds because most of them are dried up, the ones that you're allowed to actually go out to and visit. So we had to kind of use different versions of that, just use different samples of water, such as distilled, just pure water, rainfall water, stuff like that, and see which would grow the best.
like that was our original idea, was to get water from the ponds, but because of the bad weather that we've recently having, the cold weather, algae usually dies when the water freezes. So we had to move the algae inside to grow under actual grow lights we've borrowed from another teacher. So far, we've had decent success with some of the samples, but most of them don't grow. Our main sample, I think the algae actually died that we ordered, so we've not really too much success, but we've had some decent stuff.
Yeah, the algae is supposed to grow very rapidly, but where he said before, where the weather's been not too great, it hasn't had the rapid growth we were hoping for. So moving on, we're trying to order another sample of the algae to spike the samples we have currently to see if we can get that rapid growth started back on them. And we're basically trying to see, which type of sample will grow the best so we can actually get that. Also, the algae we're using, it can be used as a food source as well. It's very nutritious and it doesn't really have a flavor or anything of that sort, so that can also solve a bunch of the world hunger problems that we have. Let's see here.
Well, I just kind of went over this, but I'll explain the spectrophotometer, the whole idea. In order to actually see what would be the most effective growing solution, we use a spectrophotometer which shines light through the algae and the less light that passes through the algae, the more dense it usually is. So we write down data day by day. We take the results and we compare them and decide which one would be the best. Then we're going to use that to actually grow mass amounts of algae and break the cell walls and gather the lipids, which you can use in a chemical reaction to make the biodiesel. The end.
So the algae we had the most growth in was dog water, which we found in Handshoe's dog bowl. And I thought it was funny because we had a big bucket full of the spirulina growth therapy treatment, and I put 2 in this one and 2 in all of them. But this one had the most growth, as you can see. Not much, but as nasty as it is, you can use some of this for food. And we had a lot of fun with this. We played around with the spectrometer machine. Sometimes it wouldn't work for us, so Kobe had to give it a little rubbing. He had to go to class most of the time. And we just had fun with it.